Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like the state of New York, one of the district attorneys was hiding documents that have forced them to give documents. I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied.
From inside a federal prison cell, Sean Diddy Combs has allegedly done something that's sending shockwaves through every corner of Hollywood. He started naming names, not just casual associations, not just people who attended a party. We're talking about a carefully constructed list of celebrities who allegedly moved in the same circles, benefited from the same silence, and now find themselves in the crosshairs of one of the biggest scandals the entertainment industry has ever seen. But here's where things get truly disturbing. These aren't random names. They're people who vanished, people who went quiet, people whose behavior changed the moment the federal heat arrived. The question that's haunting Hollywood right now is simple. How many of these names will the public actually learn about?
Is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
And what happens when they do? To understand how we got here, we need to go back to the 25th of March, 2024. That's when federal agents descended on Sean Diddy Combs' properties in Miami and Los Angeles with search warrants that would shake the foundation of everything he'd built. This wasn't just a celebrity scandal. This was the result of a massive federal investigation that had been building for years. What authorities seized during those raids allegedly included electronic devices, footage, and materials that supposedly documented Diddy's private gatherings events that had long been whispered about in elite circles, but never openly investigated.
And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named Freak Off.
And then came the real shock, the tapes. According to multiple sources, federal agents were specifically looking for recordings that could expose other powerful people involved in these gatherings.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Island.
This is where the story shifts from simple celebrity excess into something far more sinister.
Oh, have you stopped to think about, like, King Combs' entire persona is based around his dad in the 90s.
The whispers in Hollywood started immediately. Diddy wasn't alone in whatever was happening behind closed doors. There was allegedly a network, a system, people who participated, people who benefited, and people who knew exactly what was going on but said nothing. For decades, Diddy had operated in a protective bubble. His connections to powerful figures, his influence in the music industry, his business acumen, all of it had seemingly made him untouchable.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
But this time was different.
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
The pressure was mounting. And according to insiders, Diddy began to crack, sitting in his prison cell, facing charges that could keep him locked away for decades. Diddy apparently made a calculation: survival.
That's, of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
Let me tell you something else. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied.
And the path to survival, sources claim, ran through one avenue: cooperation.
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his home.
But cooperation didn't mean simple confession. It meant something far more explosive.
With this newest lawsuit, this would probably only expedite or increase the amount of allegations and potential witnesses who could testify against Sean Combs.
It meant naming the people who were there, the people who partied, the people who knew, the people who, in Diddy's view, were just as guilty as he was.
You know, I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell, right?
And that's when the list started circulating. Not officially, not through court documents.
Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
Dirty Money, the Danny Kane era. So basically what she is alleging, she's alleging a lot of different.
But through the streets, through sources close to the investigation, through Joe Rogan's podcast platform, which has become ground zero for breaking down this scandal's deepest implications. And that's when people started noticing something very interesting. The celebrities on this list, they started vanishing, literally. Some fled the country, others went completely silent. Some deleted decades worth of social media posts. It was as if they knew what was coming. The first name that appeared on Diddy's alleged list hit people hard because it seemed so unlikely at first. Ellen DeGeneres. Yes, the daytime talk show host. The woman who built her brand on being relatable, friendly, and trustworthy. But then something strange happened. Ellen vanished. Last year, Ellen quietly packed up and left the United States. She settled in England and has been laying low ever since. Publicly, she claimed it was about politics, that she didn't vibe with the direction of the country. But the streets never bought that explanation. The timing was too perfect. The heat around Diddy was rising, files were being reopened, powerful names were starting to sweat.
All right, what does the panel think of Ellen leaving the country? Oh, this I find so fascinating because first Ellen is canceled by the left. I mean, she said I was kicked out of show business. That wasn't from the right. That was because she had a toxic workplace and all the things that the people are. So then Trump so she's canceled by the left in her country, but then she's leaving the country because the right got elected. I'm just asking about that. It doesn't completely compute, right?
Did she sell her house?
Do you think she's really going to leave?
Yes, she's already there.
Where?
And she announced it. England. Cotswold, England. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I've met her mother, and I don't think she would have agreed with that. The mother is very down to earth.
And Ellen left. Now people are going back and rewatching those clips. The jokes that used to seem harmless now hit differently.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
No,
it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
The nicknames, Cuddle McSnuggle stuff, the way she'd brush off questions about Diddy's private life, saying viewers didn't need to know the details. It all looks different now. It looks suspicious. It looks like complicity.
Was when you were on David Chang's Netflix show, you talked about the weirdest thing you would eat. Before you say that, we've got a little clip here.
Uh-oh. If the person okayed it, I would eat it. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
When you can get David Chang to be speechless, when you can make him speechless.
No, it's like, as soon as I said that too, I was like, this isn't gonna go over well.
Would you really eat? What body part would you eat?
Haven't you been to that bodies exhibit down on right? Have you been there?
I've been there.
I feel like we've eaten everything. Like everything has been eaten in fine dining. What's one thing that hasn't been served?
And here's what's really damaging. Joe Rogan and other investigators have been pointing to a pattern.
Only they can answer that question.
I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew. You know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him.
They claim Ellen may have been running a casting couch pipeline alongside Diddy. Young talent coming on that daytime couch, getting comfortable, then allegedly getting funneled into private circles later. Names like young viral stars, child performers, people with entire lives ahead of them, all allegedly guided into spaces where their vulnerability could be exploited. If this is true, and this is a critical if, then Ellen wasn't just a bystander at Diddy's parties. She was potentially an active participant in a system that normalized inappropriate relationships and made powerful predatory behavior seem like inside jokes on daytime television. But the list doesn't stop at Ellen. In fact, the next name on it is arguably even more shocking. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most powerful women in media, a billionaire, a philanthropist, a figure who has spent decades presenting herself as a champion for the vulnerable. And according to Joe Rogan and sources circulating this alleged list, her name appears right there alongside Ellen's. Rogan has been pushing the angle that private messages between Oprah and Diddy allegedly exist messages that, if released, could fundamentally change how the public views her. He's pointed to old interviews where Oprah made bizarre comments about the Epstein-Diddy records, saying things that made insiders deeply uncomfortable.
Lure, it's a seduction. I think it should be called seduction because there's a seducing process that happens.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And then there's the timeline. The Epstein files dropped earlier this year, exposing millions of pages that showed how interconnected elite circles really are. Critics then started revisiting old controversies, like the allegations of serious misconduct at Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, investigations that led to lawsuits but never reached mainstream accountability.
There are many facets to this. The conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates.
When that quote resurfaced, the streets started asking a dangerous question. What kind of statement is that unless you're personally involved in protecting it? Unless you understand the mechanics of exploitation because you've benefited from them? But the list continues. Names keep appearing. Ashton Kutcher, frozen and nervous in old party footage. Chrissy Teigen, who deleted over 60,000 social media posts the moment the heat rose. Snoop Dogg, whose name has been attached to serious allegations since 2020, yet somehow remained untouched and celebrated. Paris Hilton, Kevin Hart, Mace, all allegedly appearing on Diddy's list. All allegedly knowing more than they've ever publicly admitted.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
And that's the real question haunting Hollywood right now, not whether Diddy will survive his prison sentence. The question is, how many other people will go down with him?
That's not the issue. The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want.
And more importantly, how long can the silence last before the list becomes undeniable?
Allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him of all manner of bad behavior.
The entertainment industry is holding its breath, waiting to see which names will be confirmed next.
If you got to run to a private island because your evil doings are doing so much and they storming your house, It's one of these.
And as federal investigators continue building their case, one thing becomes increasingly clear. No one in that circle is truly safe.
Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
The list is real, the consequences are real, and the fallout is only just beginning. What do you think? How many more names will surface? And why do you think so many powerful people's behavior changed the moment Diddy got arrested? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.